T-Man 978 Chill Review.
Thanks to Partsformer by way of Joe Crab, I'm able to do not just a regular chill review, I'm able to do a chill comparison review with the SH Figuarts Turtles and the Neca Sdcc Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie Turtles. Thank you so much, guys, and let's get to this. Let's start things off with the packaging. The Neca Turtles outer packaging is designed to look like a VHS cassette. Looks like this on the side, this on the other side, this on the back, pause to read everything. Top and bottom. Remove the cover and you have this, this, and this cool inner packaging. Here's a general layout of their inner packaging. Now for the SH Turtles. Yup. No, I didn't pay those prices. I paid only $25 for these guys a piece at Barnes & Noble from coupons and discounts and all that stuff. You should have been out there. And here's the bottom of the packaging. They all feature a colored card background and instructions. And here is their inner layout. Here are the Neca Turtles in their base form right here. Of course, they look way detailed and they look freaking amazing, to be honest. At first glance, their bodies all look the same, but I noticed that Leo and Mike have the same body, like the same shells. They have the same upper bicep, and they pretty much look the same besides their belt, their weapon holsters, and Mikey has the lightest knee pads. But of course, all of them have different spot arrangements, and Mikey has more spots on his nose. Donnie and Raph have the same upper bicep, and they have, like, their shells kind of look the same, but the difference between Raph and everybody else is Raph has scratches right all over his shell. And here is the shell pattern on Donnie and Raph. Mike and Leo has these smaller block shapes right here on the bottom that Raph and Donnie don't have. Here's the bicep right there with the vein in it, and Raph and Donnie have more bulbous biceps. The 87 Turtles, they all look exactly the same. They have the exact same skin tone. Only differences are the letters on their belts and the color of their wristbands and knee pads and their eye gear and whatnot. But other than that, they're all exactly the same. Even their shells all look the same. In these base faces, all the same. So yeah, there you are with that. When they made the quarter scale turtles, I wanted them to make smaller turtles so you can actually manage to move them around and whatnot. I never imagined that they'd take all the detail of the quarter scale turtles and put it down into this 7-inch size right here. Like, that looks so lifelike and just replicates the movie so well. I just can't believe the amount of detail they were able to paint on these things and how realistic and movie accurate they were able to get this stuff. I didn't mention this, but all over the packaging they're using the actual toys and not like movie stills. Only one portion of the packaging has like a movie image, and that's them looking out of the sewer. But these perfectly translate to what they looked like in the movie, and that is nuts. Like, look at those eyes. How do you paint on eyes like that? That's crazy. Michelangelo was my favorite movie design because he's the main one that retains like what they looked like in a cartoon. Well, the only thing that's different is he has like actual brown eyes where they had just the black dots. But these things are magnificent. The detail, no expense was spared, and man, they do really look like men in suits. One thing I'm noticing that's a little off with Donatello is his upper shell right there. It's kind of shifted, and I was trying my damnedest to like move his upper torso because they have a diaphragm joint, but it was not fixing that. So yeah, I don't know. Partsformer might have to try to warp that to the left a little bit when he gets these. The Figuarts turtles, like I said, all have this same head sculpt. They even have the same bandana. I'm only going to show this Donatello because they all look exactly like that. There's no need to dwell on that too much. And like I said, all their belts look the same and everything. But before you start feeling sorry for the Figuarts ones, they all come with a secondary head sculpt with a different expression. And that is cool. That's one leg up they have against the Neca turtles. They only have that one face, which honestly, admittedly, is a little bit disappointing. Only thing you have to do is pop the other head off, put the bandana on, and you're good to go. As far as other swap out accessories, you can pull the back of these SH Turtles belts, and you can plug in these optional weapon holsters right here for them to store their weapons. Here's all the holsters attached, and there are their weapons applied. As far as optional gear, they have this kind of useless thing they have. Like this back of the bandana is swept over here on the right side, but if you don't want it swept on the right, you can pull that out and put this left swept one in here, and that is very pliable, but it just rests on the side looking kind of identical to this one. But yeah, this one looks a little bit more panel lined, the original one. This one is cleaner. I just looked at the other bandanas and they all look more panel lined than this. I don't think that's such a major thing to me, to be honest. I would just leave this on this side and just live with that forever. As far as weapon storage, Leo and Raph's is the most obvious. You can see these cutout slits right there. And of course, Leo has the scabbards on his back already. But there you are. Mikey and Donnie. Mikey, you can store it back here, or you can shove it up under here, I believe. And negative thing I'm just noticing while I was putting this in there, this little string that attaches the nunchuck came out of one of these, so in fact, this string feels fused together like it got too hot or something. So maybe it, you know, that probably was out and I didn't even notice it, but I guess glue. This one isn't like that. This one is like more soft and pliable. So yeah, I could tell this was like probably a factory mess up because it's definitely fused together like heat got to that. Donnie, you have to choose to put it back here or through there, whichever you see fit. This is easiest, it seems, right there. So there you go with that. If that's not accurate, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna rip all this. Close up on the weapons, here are Raphael's size. That's how they're sculpted. It's brown paint with silver tips. Fits in the hands he comes packaged with. Mikey's nunchucks look like real wood, but that's not a chain, it's some type of string. Fits in his hands well. Donnie's bow staff. That's all the detail you get right there. Looks like some string or something wrapped around. Looks like real wood. Fits in the hand well. Be careful because it does feel fragile. In fact, I might recommend taking the hands off, applying them, and then plugging them back into the wrist holes. Leo's swords come right out. These are fragile feeling as well. That's what you're working with paint wise. These are possibly brown plastic as well, painted silver. I would grab it at the actual this part, and I'm nervous about, I'm opening his fingers while I'm shoving that in there. I had the samurai, Bandai Samurai Spider-Man, and that sword handle was just flimsy as crap, so I'll open the hands a little bit and just let it drop in. But here he is with his swords, and I like it. Straight out of packaging, these turtles can't hold their weapons. They come with a plethora of hands. They have 4 sets of hands. They have the basic closed fist right there. They have the weapon holding fist. All of them have the exact same hands. They have this open palm martial arts like grip hand, And they have this more folded up hand with this separated two fingers right there. But as you probably noticed, the Figuarts weapons are more cleaner and nice looking. Besides the fact that they look cleaner, I like the fact that these actually have a chain. That's nice. Here's Mikey holding his weapon with a combination of different hands. Donnie's bow staff is just plain old plastic looking. It doesn't look like wood at all. It has wood sculpting in there, but it looks obviously plasticky and fake compared to the other Donatello's staff. Here they are together. The Neca turtles all come with these same grabby hands right there, but they come with 4 other hands, but they all have to share the hands. I guess they can all use them because they're the same skin tone, but they don't all come with their separate pair of hands like the SH Figuarts. There's this pointing hand right here that of course can double as a giving the finger hand. There's the thumbs up hand right here. They all have the nicely sculpted nails and whatnot. There are these hands right here. I guess it's good for holding the pack and pizza that they come with. So there you go with that. And there are these flat hands right here. Well, I guess general stuff like saying hi or doing some martial arts like poses. Now these were beside Leo. The grabbing hands were beside Raph. The pointing hand was Donnie, and the thumbs up was Mike. The hands come out decently enough easily. We can just pop in the other hand. So now he's ready to eat pizza, and he's happy about it or confused. What is life? What is pizza? There's not just one slice of pizza in there. You probably saw 4, but they come with this fake Domino's pizza box with even a coupon on there, and 4 slices are in there. You get to see the pizza grease and the slice pattern and everything. But if you put all 8 slices in there, you can make a full pizza. Here you go right here. I don't know if you can make it perfectly round. I'm not going to drive myself crazy. But that's really nice and really detailed. And look at that. Delivered in 30 minutes. Maybe less. So, very, very detailed. Look at that detail right there. I managed to get this TCRI canister in this open hand right here. The one I said was martial arts. Can't put that in any other hands. You can see it's cracked and everything. It says something right there, I think. But I can't read that. I got old people eyes. At the end of the day, for the most part, the SH Figuarts come out on top accessories wise because they come with a little bit more variety of weapons, and they all come with individual hands. But they weren't sold in a box set, so this is Donatello's slice of pizza right here. Michelangelo was spoiled. He got these effects nunchucks so you can have them frozen in a pose. Plus, he came with this grappling hook that he normally used on the show. And this is actually articulated and well detailed on both sides. Raphael got this throwing knife right here and this throwing star. It's thick, it's not flat. And Leonardo got this sewer top right here, which for some reason is inverted on the back. That's weird. Last thing to do after the size comparison is the articulation and show why I'm so impressed with these Neca turtles. This is your typical 6-inch Marvel Legends and a deluxe class Transformer. Here they are next to another awesome Neca figure. I'm going to demonstrate the articulation with the Raphaels. First off, the heads, of course, naturally rotate. Can look down that much on the SH Figuarts and up that much. If you move the shell back, which the shell on this guy is actually on a double ball post. Move that back and he can look up even further. This dude, I don't know what joints are in here, but there's a big range in there. You can actually look up and look down quite a bit right there. Because of the turtle design, you can actually see the diaphragm joint in an SH Figuarts. It can actually rock a lot and turn left and right quite a bit, detaching the shell from that double ball post, to be honest. This guy's shell is wrapped around the inner body, but you can see that it has a diaphragm joint in there. It doesn't have the free range that he has, but it can rock back and forth inside of the shell and rotate a bit. SH Figuarts also has a separate waist joint that can completely rotate and crunch and all that and stuff, but it has this in front of it, so you can't actually see that crunching ability too much. These guys, who are all articulated the same, I should have mentioned that first, you can rock the butt, so it's like it's wearing a shell, like a real seat, but you can't crunch so much because this is harder. Shoulders on the SH Figuarts, there are multiple hinges and joints. His arms can actually go up and down. They can come in and out on the butterfly joints, and they can go out that far due to the system in there, and of course rotate. So there is a great range of motion, and the arm can come across the body and touch the shoulder. Over here is your typical hinge system. The arm goes up only that much, rotates right there, and he can bring his arm in about that much. He might be able to touch his shoulder like Raph, but as you can see, Raph's arm can come across the chest way more. He would be able to touch the shoulder, but that elbow is hindered. Let's get to that. Now, he has a double jointed elbow, but because of this elbow pad, it can only bend about that much, and the double joint is actually able to rotate here in the bicep, and the forearm is able to rotate. I really like that. You can rarely ever get that type of articulation. And the hands just go in and out and rotate, Marvel Legends style. And these hands are very soft and pliable. Now this dude over here, he has bicep swivel, the double jointed elbows that can bend more than 90 degrees. They don't rotate, and he has like a universal joint in there that can swivel, so his hands can go in and out, and depending on how you rotate the joint, they can get the roll of the dice action. It's not a huge range, not a huge amount of inward like this guy, because that's just a single hinge that can go in and out way more than this guy could possibly do. Figuarts turtles, they have hips that can go up and down, typical Figuart style, and that's a tight joint. He has this swivel joint right there. It feels like it's actually swiveling in 2 points. He has like a ball joint in the thigh, or yeah, in the hip I mean, plus he has that swivel, so it's like both of those can turn at once, and he's capable of kicking out that much if you drop the leg down, but because of this stuff down here, the leg kicks out to the side. Over here they don't have that drop down system, but he can kick out, and the same thing's going on because of this, which is flexible too. He does kick out to the side, but he does kick up 90 degrees. There's a thigh swivel built in here. You can't really see it until I make him also kick out. You can kick out almost totally 90 degrees, but it swivels right there. The knees are just like the elbows, where it bends. It would bend more than 90 degrees if this wasn't blocking the way, but it swivels at the top, which is helpful, tremendously helpful with posing. It's just actually a hinge at the bottom, but it's a swivel at the top, but that's still helpful like a boot cut. The feet can go all the way back, it can come up a lot, and he has traditional ankle pivot. Love it. Over here, these turtles have double jointed knees that bend more than 90 degrees, bend back a lot. It fills in that empty space with that. There is no like swiveling action down here. The foot can totally swivel because it's on a ball joint. It can rock out that much and rock in this much. So as you can see, the ankle pivot is not as strong as on the Neca turtles. They can go back and come forward, and they have this little drop down piece that's trying to hide the joint. The toes are posable by themselves right there. As you can see, both sets of turtles are crazy posable, and these NECA turtles surprised the crap out of me. I haven't played with a lot of NECA toys, but I've never seen one that has like this amount of articulation. In fact, if somebody could modify these elbow and knee pads, they probably would be a little bit more posable. But as it stands, these SE's Figuarts have a leg up on them. Now, I didn't make this video to show you which set of these turtles are better per se, because they aren't competing with each other. One is the realistic 90s movies, and the other is a great representation of the 80s cartoon. So basically, the only thing you probably learned from this video is it is a great time to be a Ninja Turtles fan, because these are two awesome options right here. But since I already reviewed these guys, these things right here are spectacular. Look at that. It's like the movie people just came right out of the freaking screen. Like the textures, the coloring, the sculpting, the paint, all of that is just great. The only thing that these turtles over here have up on them is more accessories and more posability. But like I said, they're not in competition with each other, because they're two totally different options. Thank you all for watching this. Thank you again, Matt Partsformer, for letting me review these turtles. Thank you, Joe, for sending them to me. And until next time, TMNT out of here.
Click the videos. Click the videos, baby. Click the videos. You should really click these videos. Click the videos. Click those videos, baby. Click the videos. You really should click those videos.